For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change, they get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, 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 voices come. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking, there's a dirty power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, God begin the security power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV, they before. Climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hey, yeah, voices down. Hey, yeah, the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking, there's a dirty power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God begin the security power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change, they get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, 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 voices come. Hey, hey, credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking, there's a dirty power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, God begin the security power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV, they before. Climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hey, yeah, voices down. Hey, yeah, the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking, there's a dirty power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God begin the security power. You gonna be come to me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change, they get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices down. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking the security power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, God begin the security power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV there before. Climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Voices down. The news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking the security power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God begin the security power. You call on me, come to me anyhow. Speak free and fearless. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Welcome to Liberty Online TV with me, Al-Hassan Kuma. We'll bring to you the Liberty Education Talk. We in our program we always come to you every Wednesday as we always can look into the education sector in the country. Well, of course, today, inside this edition of the program, we will look at way for assess the education sector, a general overview of the education sector in the country, what are some of the gains that we don't get inside the education sector, the impacts, the challenges, and the way forward for fix up the education sector in the country. Now, that will be discussed inside this edition of the program. Yourself, with the watch, we get opportunity for join me by way you could say we message to the number +23274200545 or drop a comment on the platform outside you the watch with from. Of course, now the studio are there with Sheku Desmond. My teacher we do with you at the studio for as well. Can help we discuss on this particular topic where I don't mention at the program. Good evening, welcome to the program, Sheku.
Yeah, good evening, Hassan. Good evening for having me. I want to say thanks to the viewers for getting me this afternoon for can discuss the educational overview.
All right. So continue for the three. In name na Sheku Desmond, in a teacher, somebody we don't in the teaching field for quite a very long time, and we can discuss on issues surrounding education and of course things is where we would expect to see a quick fix inside the education sector. As you said, with the watch also know the CC there is a lot of issues surrounding the education sector. Challenges of picking away for CISWAS exams over the past years, 2 to 3 years, we only see that they come, you know, as we have surprised you. The people say, you know, within the Minister of Education as well for do, for like we're able for put to stop for mitigate that particular effects to the education sector. Now that we discuss on the program. Don't forget to say a message to the number +2327 400 545. One more time, we made the program meet you this evening. My name is Alhassan Koma. So, Sheku, just like we don't tell the viewers them with regards to the education sector. Remember, education now one part of the thing them where they able for build up the economy, build up the middle level manpower in the country. Yeah. So, as somebody we don't into the education sector, you know, a teacher as well. So, how you go assess the education sector, how far we don't move, we know some of the gains and progresses we don't make so far.
Okay, thank you very much. And when it comes to the educational sector, it's something that is very important, more especially when it comes to human capital development in the country, which is one of the focus areas of the current government. You know, over the years, there have been particular difficulties or challenges with the campus education business. But due to the implementation of the free quality education, where the government will implement or launch to the people of Sierra Leone, and it'll help greatly, you know, it'll help Boku school picking them way, they not be get an opportunity for continuous schooling. You know, back then, they see picking they start nicely. They start from primary school, you know, say go to something like GSS level, but due to lack of fees, the parents not able to afford fees. They end up picking will become a dropout. But due to the initiative brought up by the government of Sierra Leone, it has helped. So then they now done a initiative they below eliminator. So now school fees business no they end up picking a schooling business. Except the picky say you know get for continue. And the other aspect again we I do admire so much over the years since the free quality education was implemented is the fact of the gender inclusion. You know, back then the girl picking they be the sideline then, I mean they were marginalized totally when it comes to schooling. We supposed to get belay. They will say you don't get for continue schooling again because you don't get belay, you get for host, you don't host. But because of where they don't say now free quality education, then they know they hinder person again. Alex, if you get you belay, still go get that opportunity, you know, for continue your schooling as well. And the other thing again, I would say, and it is very important, where the government we don't do now, where they be don't include the syllabuses, then we will be done they get, where they be don't with specialties. We are in, and if you pick it, they go now like for university for go study geography, you get specialty now. You get for start for do geography now from secondary school. We don't split her into two, something like that. So that they go equipped pick it where you go to university level. If you want to become a geographer, you know go find it difficult because that's something where you don't start now. Although there are many challenges also because anything we get good aspects we will get.
Yes, we get to come to the challenges and so far. Just like you don't mention the good impact of the education sector, so we don't transition to the free quality education and some of the progresses and so far. We do highlights like gender inclusion, the increase of the picking and the number of picking we come back to school, and that of introducing a new syllabus, you know, to the education sector. Although there is a challenge on that new syllabus.
Exactly.
Where they go now.
Which needs serious redress.
Yes, so we therefore look into that particular aspect there. But since we look at the positive aspect first of the education sector, how they assess them since when they introduced the free quality education so far. Like you mentioned about the number, we see a number of beginning. The increase of the number of beginning. Exactly. Like you not be pay school fee again, so you get access for go back to school. With that increase the number so far. Is there any other progress so far? Part of them one that you don't mention.
The only other progress again we look at now the although the learning materials not enough much, but the little way government they provide for picking they able afford for we school like FSAG we get materials then where the government and also the old gas where they can carry it na the school where they donate, where they make them possible for school pikin the way they don't able to afford those expensive textbooks. You know go school where in way you know go get textbooks. Some of us and we also buy textbooks. I can still remember, but now due to the free quality education, the government be done they supply books to pikin textbooks, exercise books, where that they use. If the parents not able to afford school textbooks then, so you able manage the one way government will give, but not absolutely in all subject areas. It's only circles around then what refers to the core subject area. When they compose the subjects, then way they give the opportunity to somebody for main pursue education at the university level. When the mathematics and that of the English, when two of these two subjects are they create issues in this country. Okay. Now, yeah.
All right, continue for day 3. In name na Sheku Desmond. Now a teacher na the Freetown Secondary School for Girls, FSLG na the studio. Yeah. As we analyze, we assess the present state of the education sector na the country. Don't forget to say we message to the number +23274 200 545 or you drop a comment. Now the platform will say they watch free for. In case you just say join me, the program now the Liberty Education Talk we always come to you now with different platform there. As we always they contribute towards the education sector now the country, as education means a lot. It's better in quality education. We can able to see it transform development across the country. That's why we always can bring in people with knowledge, people with the perception of helping other people for let them go, especially areas of education. So for that's why we do Sheku when I teacher na the FSLG, we get vast knowledge with regards to how we education sector don't be over the past years. So like you don't mention on the progress system so far. Yeah. Before we go to the challenges, the teachers as well, because when government introduced the free quality education, it got to do with the teachers as well. It's a hold up back. Yeah. If you think about the picking them, you as well get to think about the teachers there. So you now somebody within the teaching field. So tell me how the free quality education impacts the life of teachers there.
I can say and it's good. It has impacted the lives of teachers, in diverse ways. It will impact me a lot, but challenges and they. Now for me, I cannot be one for go to the teacher aspect first, because the teacher aspect get for Canada the challenging side. Okay. The things away so because absolutely the free quality
there is no progress in that area.
What I'm saying, the free quality education, they impact teachers because within the teaching field for impact the knowledge to the pikin, you understand. But in a holistic form, now the pikin much the impact, not us. You understand. So now for me, can be one for left that side. We don't go to the challenges and able to bring up some of the things then we the teachers they need. Absolutely, although the government of this country has done a lot, but there are some areas that need seriously address where they get for attend to strictly so that the educational sector will be smooth. Because teacher they smile, the morning where you don't dress up for going to school. I get a good smile and good smell, I go get that enthusiasm for make sure say we go to school. They sit down a staff room. We say they go just get for go to classroom straight for go teach. If you get that kind of energy there.
A lot of concerns can come out from parents them based on the public examinations, based on the performance of the picking them. Let me narrow this one to the government assisted school. And I think you're part of a government assisted school with the teach. Many concerns they come in, see many teachers know they do their work. Teachers are not up to the task for give the kind quality to the picking. More teachers they give up them best to private institutions than government assisted school. That's why at times we can see in public exams we see more better results are coming from the private institutions than the government assisted. So what is the problem?
Okay, I'm concerning that it is an allegedly most of those parents are saying it. Now allegedly at times. But for we now with school we get a system of monitoring. All the classes now with school, all the prefects then get monetary forms wherein we principal we na McFoy be make sure say provide that monetary forms. We teacher they go na class for go teach. The pikin then gets the form. The time when you go na the class, they go make sure say you sign. The time when you come out, the pikin then they go make sure say you sign. And then they go write, they get a session where in the right comment. For instance, if Mr. Desmond goes to class to teach, he doesn't teach and just go talk. They get the way where they put, they say just talk. He was just talking, did not teach. Something like that, you understand? So I not go talk for other schools because I'm not in those other schools, you understand? But for we school and we try adversely when it comes to the public examinations sector, back and that of us, we try. But you know say any side way you the work challenges and they more. But for we not go na school or as a teacher, you know they go na school because the government don't entrust the pick them feature on a yan. Then you go na school, you go sit back wherein you have a tax, you have the role to play. You know, so when you go na school, you don't dress, you don't come on you host. You go specifically in a school for go teach, for go impact things them we pick no sabi. Now you get for go pass on to them. So you go not to your duty for go sit down at staff room for begin for talk and you know when the children are in the classes suffering, they need something from you. Yeah. Now most of those periods they are let's say and this stuff they go on at schools then. But I'm not gonna say in the absolute form na lie they lie because maybe most of them have seen it in other schools, but for our new school we are not into that actually.
All right, continue for the we name na Sheikh Desmond. My teacher did at the studio as we discuss the present, we assess the present state of the education sector in the country. And of course today we start with the teachers then and with subsequent programs we get from now on down to the Ministry of Education and as well the parents then, because we have key players in the education sector and then people in the get key role for play. For like we get success at the education sector. Continue for say we message to the number +23274 200 545 or you drop a comments na the platform or say you the watch we. In case you just join we, this is not the Liberty Education Talk and we extensively they talk about the education sector na Sierra Leone. Now the student they will Sheikh Desmond. As we don't talk about the challenges, let's come now to the we don't talk about the positive aspect.
Yeah,
so let's just come now to the challenges, you know, at the education sector.
Yes, one of the challenges is that teachers are not, most of those teachers are not pick on their teachers. For me, I'm not on pin code. I only get my basic salaries based on the subsidies that the government normally send to schools. You know, most of those teachers that are teaching in schools, 100% or let me say out of 100%, something like 85% of those teachers, basically we are not on pin codes. You understand? Although the government has tried a lot for them to make sure that
so how many
they give pin code.
Years you don't teach without pin code?
I would say now I don't spend 3 years now FSAG. Because I be the teach na private school before I transit na government school.
Okay.
You know.
So waiting are some of the steps and moves and way the school don't take for ensure say the teachers and within that particular institution able to get pin code. Because I may understand say there is a role where the school head of the school the principal for play for ensure say you guys have pin codes.
Yeah, they be done ask me for submit with documents then we be done, which of course we be done submit documents then. For me, make sure say they go to the Ministry of Education so that they will do replacement. They get a process where they say replacement. Most of those teachers who were teaching at the school before we went there, most of them have left long ago. So before ever they go give me pin code, they get for do a process of replacement. They get for replace we, they get for replace that teachers and with we. You understand? And so they be don't say so we don't submit documents and we principal they work assiduously for missions say and we back get pin code so that we will get that energy for continue for going to the school for go teach.
But I think there is a key policy. I don't know if a principal will explain Guna with the Teaching Service Commission and the ministry to work with for every pin code we the government they get out to teacher now teacher way for the ensure say it take the licensing exams.
Exactly.
You know, we now one of the key criteria for like a teacher gets a pin code or even a replacement. So I don't know whether that's
yes we are aware of that. Now something where we don't go to our school, you know, we be don't put in for that. Maybe this batch we that they can't try for seat. We have to be part of that.
Okay.
You know, we get for be part for make sure so we sit the exam from what we see back. You know, because there are rumors around that even people that back when they don't attempt that exam they don't still get it. But we back get for attempt then we see the outcome of it. Maybe we'll be lucky or we'll be fortunate to be grounded as people and teachers.
I've been in the teaching field,
yes,
for some time.
Okay.
And plenty things we can move around the education sector, the teaching field.
Yeah.
Is that a teacher forgets the passion. You should have the passion for the job.
Yeah.
That there is no money in the teaching field.
Yeah.
Now somebody we get passion can stay.
Yeah.
Now the teaching field. So I don't know whether you have to dwell in that.
Okay, now for me, I'm not teaching because of the money. Actually, me not teach because of money. I teach because of passion. I just like teaching. Now something I like. I love doing. Okay. Not for money much, because even for money I don't go to that school, because it takes sometimes and government they delay for sending subsidies for me they pay. So if they are saying that for the money, I know they go there waiting for put on for go. Saying a woman school and you get for look good, they look nice, you understand, before they go to now, before picking them for teach there. So if I therefore consider the fact of the money, and I know they go there for go teach, now the passion where I get, and I just like for teach. Since we have been this now secondary school, and many a time we teachers and not be there in our classes for teach. I be go now most of when I was in SST, I be go now that lower levels and like S2, S1, for help in a class. So now something I like for do no more. Although I get for can't come all day, but I just love for do them now at this moment. Actually,
just like when you don't talk about the PIN code is one of the challenge for teachers them, and because now the teachers then they impact the knowledge to the picking them, and also we see most government assisted. Most of the teachers that we can get in Nigeria for teach the courage coming to school every day is those teachers who are without PIN code.
Yeah.
So how una they go about, when there is no stipend? Because I can't refer that to salary. Yeah. When there is no stipend, stipend for teachers. But yes, you still coming to the school every day. If you pass you 1-2 months, receive salary. How you they get the courage coming back to school to teach? And that affects the picking them when there is no stipend.
No, it is very disheartening actually, because if you teach, you don't teach for a couple of months. They get results, they see something, you understand. But some of we just like I don't know what I be telling you about passion. Anything we do in our life, now passion you forget. If you get that passion, they think about good things, then you understand. So it is bad or it is disheartening at times to us, but we get to look at the future of the children. How the people are used to if we not go to school 2-3 days, they get for calling Mr. Desmond today we did not see you in school. Why? You understand? So I will not be able, even if I want to lie to them, I will not be able to lie much, because I get for think of hey, we miss you, we want to see you in a school, that kind of stuff. Then so then they say they give me that energy back for go. Even say if they're not giving me stipend, I will have that zeal to go to school to teach because of the kids.
So like as we don't talk much on the PIN code, but I think there is another challenge so far for you guys in the education sector. Okay,
the only challenge where we get back where we facing now na this new syllabus. Allegedly with the say WAEC does not recognize the new syllabus where government don't introduced. Okay. They say it go effective allegedly. They say it get for effective during 2028. Now that we don't hear. So we will not get a press statement from the ministry, or we not get any confirmation letter from the Ministry of Education say and we get for transit back to the old syllabus. We don't transit from the old syllabus we concentrate now on the new syllabuses where they be done introduced.
Don't start with the new
yes, we start with the SS1s.
I think there is a new subject
since last year we don't start.
Since last year.
Yes.
Okay.
Then the new subjects then now we don't treat. Even current SS2, those who are now in SS2, now these new syllabuses then we don't start with them. Before now they go transit from SS1 to SS2. Even the current SS1s we they deal with then back now the same new syllabus now we they deal with. But we either saga day, I don't know if you saw a post on Facebook. Yes, something like that, So we really confused we don't know, because even the head of schools then baffled of that. I can also recall that the day where the minister be go now, the House of Parliament, and where they do submission on where they be say most of the school people they know they sit the WAS exam we be going to Parliament for do a clarification. The why something like AKK, that guy, that honorable member of parliament, yes, he spoke on that, you know, is because of that concern, but they not be really concentrate on that for letting the honorable minister make them clear to everybody saying that this una for go back or una for still continue with the new syllabuses we don't introduce.
That's not challenging aspect so far. We serve as journalists in the follow see whether it will happen, because we expect say or the students that we don't start the new syllabus for writes the WAS exams with the new syllabus. But if it not happen, so it's definitely get for affect.
They affect more especially the one that we did na the SS2A. Okay. It get for affect them. Although we back don't do, because we are teachers, we don't make a plan we are in, and we don't they teach now the old syllabus and that of the new syllabus, because soon in case they say we get for transit to the old syllabus, so we go get a stepping stone. We go make sure say the beginning and a bit knowledgeable on those old syllabuses we will be done they do it. So we don't make that occasion day. Now we staff meeting, we don't start for do them now. For me they would do both. For more we see maybe before the end of this third term or before the middle of the third term, the government we say something on that. Okay. Yeah.
All right, continue for state 3 family program with the watch now the Liberty Education Talk with the country live. Liberty Television now with different platforms, and of course don't forget say you go send me your message to the number +23274200545, or you drop a comment now the platform will say you the watch free. Now the studio they will check with Desmond now each channel the Freetown Secondary School for Girls FSSG we do with we for can help with discuss on the topic we now assessing the present state of the education sector in the country. But as we don't talk main on the issues of these new syllabus, you know. Let me look at occurrence inside the WAS exams. Numbers of picking them over 40,000. Picking them not be able to write the WAS exams, yes, for this 2024-2025 academic year. But don't they happen as well in the previous exams, and we why we know the conduct not the country. Now people they cast blame to the Minister of Education, not only the Minister of Education, WAEC, and also owner the teacher, and say you guys are collaborating. The head of school and teachers as well, they collaborate for then cheat on the Minister of Education for bringing picking them. We know they part of the school, you know, for writes WAS exams.
Okay, when it comes to the admission sector, are we the ordinary teachers, not to we own side and as for me, I have nothing to do with admissions. We or even for admit speaking for go to that school, or I mean for submit speaking name for go na WAEC. Or for me able sit the WAEC, you understand? I have nothing for that.
Yes, for you no.
Yeah, for me,
but
we
don't
get
see some other teachers as well where they collect money. I will make like sit under my school. I will take you to the principal and all that. And then after when they don't shortlist the person and name no they then at times they go to an extent printing fake BRS for get to that picking for go write the WAS exams, and when the picking go to the center in name no they the system. You know, if you say that's also coming from the teachers.
Okay, that's good. Most of the things we don't state, then they they come out from most of these things they are agents. They are not teachers. Some of them are not even going to schools to teach. They do not have any school. They collaborate with principals or heads of school from those schools, from those private schools. You understand? For instance, if I have a syndicate, I run a syndicate, but I don't get school, I don't get that facility who say they able to admit speaking for medicine WAEC. You understand? I get for going to private school, I go be in touch with the head of the school, we collaborate, then I go to me picking, they go sit there. You understand? So most of these things are way that they go admit speaking at the end of the day, where their names they don't come, where they know they sit, now the agents then, now the syndicates then, and then they do them. Because you meet like me was there is no way I go admit speaking where the madam not for know without the consent of the mother. You understand? She must know about it. And most of these saga are way concerning that the printing of fake BRS, the communal government schools. You understand? And the communal the private sectors. And the private schools then and they come on. Because they go meet posting our government school where we get the total number of
but there is a whole government school where no able write this past exam. For example, you talk about girls school.
Girls school.
Yes. Then we get issue.
If you listen to that program, the where the honorable minister be going to parliament, he say the delay for submit the Pikide, I don't know, the admission, the names of the Pikide, the cast mark, very
continuous
good. The cast mark we there for submit. They say there be delay when a continuous assessment, there be delay for submitter. So that lead to that point stay where most of them not be able for write that exam or even totally the entire school not write the exam.
Alright, so as we they look at that as one of the big issue on the education sector, because here we assess the present state, and that is one of the key challenge at the education sector, because it happened over the past 3 years. Consistently. Names in the camp for picking them over the years. Exactly. And this is the free quality education. We see a huge number of picking them go back to school. So if this policy they continue, it affects the students. And you remember the worst is a transition to the university. You know, so if this they continue to among these students, so you don't know the teaching field. What do you expect say we for do as a nation, or the government for do, why for do, for solve this issue of name not come, and all that?
Okay, so in order for them to salvage this particular situation, waiting there for do, waiting me suggest, or what me they suggest for me they do, they get for make sure say, for instance, if FSG now this total number of candidates there, like now waiting that they do now, the directive way they don't take is very, very good. Now possible left now SS2 they snap you. Currently they pass snap with SS2 picky there. You understand? So then now where they get for snap with their names and the photos and get for go to the ministry and to IEC office, that then are the qualified candidates there for this 2027 was or 26 was where they come. You understand? Now then are the qualified candidates there. So if the Ministry of Education go na those private schools, they try for make sure say they know the total number of them picky they would have for seats was. You understand? So if a agent come on a syndicate, a go to pick it like 100. Most of those schools do not have enough candidates. You understand? Only they get candidates who they don't collaborate with those agents there, who they go to the school. They say me get 500 pick there. I want like you can slot in your school, maybe they can sit under your school. They will accept because now money that they go pay. You know, say private schools they don't care. They will pay. They don't care. They get for go pay beaucoup money, they accept. You understand? So if they want to do that, they get for make sure say they know the total number of picky them from SS2 where they qualify for seat was. You know, so there is no way that they go do additional names then where the ministry and WAEC not able to detect that point there. Okay. You understand? So now that's there for try for do. If they do that, they able to salvage the eligible picky they would have for seat wherein they decline their rights. And it's undone.
All right. Continue for the trade fumble as we discuss the present state of the education sector in the country. We look at the positive aspects, and as well we look at the negative and challenging issues surrounding the education sector all over Sierra Leone. Don't forget you will be part of this edition through text message +23274 200-545. Add and drop your comments. Tell me what you think, but we will discuss inside this edition of the program. As we assess the state of the education sector in the country, and we do Sheku Desmond, now a senior staff now FSSG, they do at the studio. Somebody will get passion, you know, for the education sector, and I think he's also a media personality.
Exactly.
And you want to be part of the media, you know. So of course, it's really dicey. You want to play in and out, so and all that. So we really appreciate them for joining at the program. As we don't discuss a lot concerning the education sector, you know. So as they move forward, now the education field, we get one other thing is where it affects the beginning. They're not able to learn, they're not able to concentrate while teacher they teaching all. It's aspects of malpractice. It's one of the key things that we don't hit into the fabrics of the education sector. So as a teacher, what do you think we for do as a nation? Even the present WAS exams where they go on, a lot of malpractice so far. Wow. We cannot study now. All the person depend on is on a mobile phone. I have to take my phone to the exam center and all that they dampen the spirits of that picking. They not concentrate for study. And when them picking and they go to the university, they're not able to move ahead. at times in the first semester you see decline.
Yeah.
So what do you think so for those in nation for able to fix up that area?
Okay, for consider that point, and my examination and practice now something we everybody aware of. They say it can happen, I not go deny the fact say they know they do man practice at schools, but for we on school we are not involved in that. Because
we're not talking about the aspect of your school. Yes, let me just it should be rationalized.
Okay,
we talk about style, how we go for field. Because I know say you just say
no, I'm not defending my school for that. No,
on that.
I'm not defending. I'm not defending.
Is it FSSG malpractice not they take place there as well? I don't know whether you're serving as a PR for the school, but as teacher, but as well you get the right to defend the school. But let me just look in the perspective of the nationwide. How we can able to address that one as a country.
Okay, so the only way, and as a teacher we get as teachers we get a great role for play when it comes to that. For more we able to salvage that, we get for be committed and devoted. We gonna class if we pick enough sober or focus. For concentrate now you class for me able learn what you try for teach. It is quite clear for make sure say you impose some disciplines in your class. It is not the matter of the presence of the teacher, or let me say the presence of the teacher matters. It is the presence must be felt of that teacher by the pupils. We the owner class for go teach. So then they able survey that situation. Anyway, if teachers are involved into that, condoning those children to take their phones to those centers, what's it for do? And the right for me to make sure say you tell Piki say no. Knock out phone at the center. This exam we did right now, something this one I don't teach you. There is no need to take your phone at the center. And then back, if they do them, they not for extort or take money from them in the name of going to the center for them to consult materials. It is undone. Because at the end, we possibly forget that spy was. We don't consult, you don't get that spy was. If you go from a big college, there are some departments in that university and they know they take mess. You know, it take them from you. What if you don't do now? You secondary school, not to you get for go do it. So you get for be very mindful. So those teachers have to make sure that they coach the PK, they equip the PK, not to for the secondary school level now for the university. So when you go, you able to represent your school. If that person they graduate with honors, as the case may be. So I get for reflect on the school greatly. Okay.
So as we try for wrap up with the conversation this evening, we think will be your message, your final message to our viewers and then to
okay, go say encourage them pick it go to focus, go to study na us. More especially the one that we did in SS2. Let us say, hey, I get for go SS3 next year, I get for go use my phone for go spy, you understand? Because this the damage. And most of those parents are perpetrators, you understand? Thankfully, you say when I get for go they invite parents there. They then back get for go they come and clear the ear of the public so that they could be aware of that. Because if you pick the SS1, you don't get phone. We don't go SS3 now, you go get big expensive phone for what? SME they can write to us. We see some parents in normal circumstance they know they buy phone, but when it comes to exams, if they see person they go, Alexa they say now he dying, they go pay for go buy expensive phone for picking for go consult. No, that he they damage you picking. So when it comes to the aspect of a well-grounded learning or instill learning in your children or in your child, what's it therefore do not to the teacher they no more get that work day. You as a parent you get that responsibility. We now picking that they just spend something like 8 hours or let me say 3 hours, 5 hours now we earn now school. You understand? They get for go now all the rest of the hours now do you they get for go spend now. So now your responsibility as a parent you make sure say when you pick it don't go check in book what you learn today. If you know educate, call person. Maybe you might have somebody that is educated. Call them. Let you come, he tell us say, hey, this me pick it out this note. Now this they don't say they ask come. You understand? Tell the picky say don't study so that it able familiar with where they go able to sabi these things. Most of these things are what they teach, not to magic. You understand? So now that and then the government also for work on the aspect of this was. And this syllabus, I made it try so far, or made it do in a strict mood. Make sure say they try for update schools then. If now the old syllabus or now the new syllabus we discontinue it, more get a clear point so that next year, picky they know they able left out in terms of the WAEC exam, the WAS exam. I mean.
All right, many thanks to you, Sheku Desmond. We now staff now the Freetown Secondary School for Girls (FSAG) and as well. very young personality in the teaching field. We don't need extremely well for impact knowledge to be picking across Sierra Leone. Many thanks for joining our program. We hope to get you some other time.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. So of course, now so this edition of the program go left you on behalf of my technical team, Dennis M. Kama, and as well Thomas, where put for bring we technical support to this edition of the program. May make this edition reach you. My name is Alhassan Komati to meet again for another edition of the Education Talk. Stay blessed and have yourself a comfortable night. Bye bye.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.